Ooh.
SmackDown is on USA for 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, we have got banger after banger after banger, and last night did not disappoint. Zia Solid, little under the weather. Got a couple special guests with me. It is 12 o'clock, aka Drink O'Clock. You know what time it is. SmackDown Penitentiary starts now. Yeah. It is that time, y'all. It is SmackDown Penitentiary, and I am your host, the Warden of the SmackDown Penitentiary. And we had to call the temp agency because your boy's not feeling too good. So I had to call in. A favor to my arch rival right now, bad guy Jack, the great Grand Slam Pumba. I am the Eggman to his Sonic,
Yep.
but I do appreciate what you guys are doing over there on NXT, and I thank you for coming back to the penitentiary. We will be joined by our fearless leader, the executive consultant, a little bit later, but right now it is me and you. We're gonna form this tag team, NXT SmackDown Penitentiary. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing quite. I've got to get my words together here. I'm doing quite well. See, I'm not used to working on set. As you can tell, I lost my ability to talk, but I'm quite well. I am happy to be here. I know I always give you a shout out and shots on Tuesdays to talk about Sloppy Joe Saturday, but I can't.
Shout outs and shots. That's what that is.
Absolutely. But hey, listen.
Shout outs and shots.
You put a little bit of pepper jack cheese on that Sloppy Joe. You can't go wrong.
Listen, you can never go wrong with pepper jack cheese. Pepper jack cheese can go on anything.
Hello.
Anything. Pepper jack cheese is going to slap. SmackDown. So I will. If my voice sounds really weird, I am feeling something coming on, and I'm trying to stop it. This is the reason why I needed somebody else on the show. I really wanted to talk SmackDown, and I hate not being on my show. Vic's not here, so at least one of us is here. But I wanted more people on here so I didn't have to talk very much. So, so when executive consultant gets here, I'll kind of moderate this thing. You guys.
Oh, he can talk. I mean, he's pretty much. I mean, who can?
You saw what happened on AEW. He took
over the show, bro. Like I was watching, I said, "What is this train wreck?" And then has the nerve to put in the chat, "Oh, I'm sorry." After he's committed damage, like it's almost like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I accidentally shot you on the foot, but let's just move on, right?" And I can't help it who is in the chat because I feel like there's nothing that makes that man happy except stealing Christmas, and his time is coming.
It's gotta be. So SmackDown starts off. We get the show starts off with Randy Orton. Randy Orton gets a really big pop. And basically talks about how he he wasn't there because he was on Raw trying to handle business, and he wanted the answer to the question that Kevin Owens had asked Cody Rhodes, and the reason is, why would you team with Roman Reigns? And just before we were about to get the answer, we get interrupted by KO, who then talks, and then we get interrupted again to see how he feels about it, and we get interrupted by the Bloodline. So the Bloodline basically say, Solo says the reason why you guys have to team up in the first place is because of us, right? So, and Kevin Owens feels this because Kevin Owens been dealing with it longer than anybody, period. He's been dealing with the Bloodline since the beginning of the Bloodline, the first rendition of the Bloodline. And so he proceeds to set up a tag match and says that we'll tag, and then he doesn't include Cody Rhodes in the tag match. Cody Rhodes thinks that it's going to be a triple threat. He's all for it. And Kevin is like, no. You got your tag partner. We don't need you over here. We it's me and Randy, which was a crazy shot, but I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty dope. A good opening segment. SmackDown has been knocking it out of the park with their opening segments. what was your thoughts on the opening of SmackDown?
It was fine. It was fine. I think it's like their formula, right, on SmackDown. I get to watch SmackDown every other week. But it seemed like that's their basic formula. I mean, you got these guys, and I like that they went back to, or not even went back to, but they touched on that where they go like, hey, why are you teaming? What's your reason with Roman? I like that little detail because, you know, sometimes they don't add that. So I like that Randy's the one in that. So it was cool.
I thought it was, yeah, you're absolutely right, because they do a lot of reverting back to things, and they make you, the production on WWE is making you pay attention to every single thing. It's literally they're making you pay attention to stuff that you wouldn't even normally pay attention to. Like Vince McMahon, I feel like he would just throw something in there, just throw it in there, but Trips is throwing it in there, and it's like you'll see this about 6 months from now. You'll think back, oh, I remember that.
And I think it's important, and I think that's you're nailing it on the head there, where like little details like that where you have to pay attention, and 6 months later, like you get a payoff after that. Like, oh, I got rewarded for paying attention to that one little detail.
It is a satisfying feeling. It is a satisfying feeling, especially when you are the one that points it out, and you have to explain to everybody when you point it out, and then it's like, I told you so.
Yeah, there you go. It's like those movies when you watch and you pay attention to certain things. You're like, but I saw that coming from a mile away and stuff like that.
Not see it?
Yeah, how could you? What, are you not paying attention? What are you, stupid?
So this is the look. I want to show this really quick. This is the look that he gave when he stopped him. He was like, yeah, we'll take you all on. And look at Randy's face. Randy's like, oh yeah, and he's like, nah, talk to the head, dog. Talk to the head.
I feel like KO is like, you've done enough damage, bro. Like, yeah, we don't need we don't need you, dude.
That's exactly why I called this. That's exactly why I said KO was about to snap in the title of this show, because this has been one of the slowest burns to a turn that is pissing me off. I can't even think of the last turn that has been so slow in so long, because this is just do it, Kevin. Like just do it already. Like
we know
that's where I'm at.
You're pretty much like, we already know you want to hit this man with a chair. Just go for it. But I appreciate that slow burn. Now, I do hear what you're saying, that sometimes the thing could be too slow, but I think they're doing it. I personally feel like they're doing it right here with KO. Instead of just going for it and just turning heel, which honestly, a heel KO, I mean, we're about to be rewarded with a heel KO. Take your time with it. And when he does snap, I feel like, even though we see it coming, right? I feel like that when the day he does snap, it's going to be, it's almost, I don't know. I feel like when it happens, people are going to be like, man, KO really turned.
I think it's going to be at Bad Blood, because he just cost him that match. He literally just cost him that match. What other thing should you do besides cost Cody and Roman that match? I mean, he's not going to touch, I don't think he's going to touch Roman, but he'll definitely get into it with Cody.
And right. And I was gonna say there was another spot. I know that you because this is your show, so I'm not trying to run anything here. I'm not like how some people are on Wednesdays. No shots intended. But I was gonna say, like, later in the night when he has that moment with Cody.
The thing is, you talk about it like, you know, and I saw y'all at the beginning.
Oh my God,
he took over the show. You know what? I apologize in the chat because I say, you know, maybe I was a little too critical of AEW, and you shouldn't be too critical of AEW. Why don't y'all see my gorgeous face? Put my gorgeous face up here. But
I'm about to leave if you put him on. And then he coughed. Did you not hear Z earlier when he talked about being sick and then you cough?
And I'm sick and I'm here and I'm joining y'all because after watching a horrible AEW Dynamite where I saw the most vicious elbows given to Daniel Bryan from Desmond Wolfe, right? After a horrible AEW Dynamite, I am now watching SmackDown where I see tag team champions of Tonga Loa and the other guy.
Tonga.
Thank you. The guy that actually means something. I don't know how I remember Tonga Loa. You know,
he's the
hey, I know we're going ahead of ourselves, Dice, and stop me when I'm going too far. But
please do, Dice.
Did you see the promo where they talked about the made up ladder match for next Friday? Right?
Yeah,
did y'all see the promo? I loved it too. You know why? Because Tonga Loa, they gave him one line. They said, "Here, this is all you say," and then you just sit there and shut the fuck up because you're sucking. And that's exactly what happened.
Because you suck. Okay.
You know what, G? I don't know if this is slow. This might be just as slow. This might.
I
don't
think
know.
it's slower.
The New Day burn is pretty slow. It's getting on my nerves too.
I think this is
Why
slower.
would the New Day burn getting on your nerves? It's good.
It's good, but it's getting on my nerves because it's so. I don't know. I think the tweet that Xavier put out about the old friends. I think that has something to do with the Motor City Machine Guns and his friendship with those guys because they are rumored to be coming to WWE. What?
What'd you say?
What the hell are the Motor City Machine Guns?
Did you not? Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley?
Who?
Yo, bro.
All right, come. Okay,
that's the same thing that he said. Who's Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley?
He's trolling.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. And I've known this guy for a long time. Right.
I just don't understand why the Motor City Machine Guns, who've never been in WWE or WCW or AEW, mean shit to anybody.
They were in AEW in that one-off, but like
they had a one-off.
They were. Oh, what are you gonna do? You gonna get ready to cut me off too? Is that what you're gonna do? I've been in the same car as you as driving, and I have to say I'm quite frightened the way you cut me off. But I do want to sit there and say the Motor Machine Guns, they're great. They're a great tag team. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, look, they wasn't here.
You know what? You're right. I remember them, and I think they would be a great tag team to go up against none other than those two idiots that I can't remember on SmackDown, part of that triple threat ladder match next week. Who those two?
DIY. DIY.
Yes, DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns is going to be.
And you know what? That match would be a banger.
Yeah, let them go.
I agree with you, Jeffrey. He said he believed they're going to be in NXT. I think that would be a perfect.
That's
fit.
better because
and I like that. And you know what? That would be so great. No, don't cut me off. Shut up.
I stopped. Like, what are you talking about? Go ahead.
You know what? I don't feel
Razor versus Axiom. That's who they need to face.
You know what? Another banger. Like you're saying things like these are awful matches.
Yeah, these are good X Division matches. Sounds like they belong in NXT, but they're good X Division matches. Yeah.
Okay, that's no, absolutely not.
I'm sorry, these matches would be fantastic. I speak for myself on this. So yes, put them on NXT. Can't wait to review them. Let's go.
I'm not opposed to seeing it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're like a fan of their work, but I mean, when I was seeing this stuff back in TNA in the early 2010s, and look, they're a little bit slower, they're a little bit older. I saw them in HOG last year, and I said, this is a fantastic team.
You know who this is?
Who, Storm? No, I'm not sure who that is. Hi, Storm.
That is the technician who actually tuned into one of our own shows for once.
Oh, he's actually doing something here? I'm amazed. Because I've seen how you just don't let people go, so I'm glad that he's doing something. Hi, glad to see you in the comments.
That's not true. I've let a few people go. Okay, there's Sparky. I let his ass go. Right?
You did fire a cat. Yeah. Okay. I missed that cat. I hope he's all right. But go on, Big. What we got here?
Never miss a pussy.
Shout out to out to Sparky then.
He has no idea who these characters are.
I don't, but it's cool.
Sure,
it's cool. So the first match of the night, we're gonna get. Oh, you know what? Forget the first match of the night.
First, forget it.
Well, yeah, I skipped ahead too far. We're actually getting to the first segment of the night, and that is Nia Jax and Tiffy Time. I like it. I liked it a lot. So backstage, Nia looking very scrumdiddlyumptious. I mean, anytime. I mean, the curls. It's the curls. Love the curls, need the curls, can't do anything without the curls. I just want the curls. And anytime that woman has those curls on, those curls are popping. The makeup is flawless, but not to be outdone because Tiffy Time. I like the darker highlights in the hair. No, I'm not gay. I just pay attention.
Wait, what?
But her hair is a little bit darker. Well, because mostly they would say men, we don't pay attention to things like these, and this is actually this is a really good detail that has made her hair not look so fake. Because most of those blondes that they have, they come up from NXT, they got super bright blonde hair, and it just looks fake. And Tiffany's hair did look super fake.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Go ahead and finish. I have to visualize this question.
Okay. He has to visualize. He needs flashcards, Jack. Excuse me. Oh, that was terrible. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to cough.
It's all right. He coughed earlier, so I can see what happened.
He did. He ruined the penitentiary. So Naya is doing the kind of cynical bad guy villain thing we've seen in mad cartoons, where you go to the second in command and you're like, how did they get this? How did they get past the fortress? How did they do this? How did they do that? And Tiffany's like, well, I was hurt, like, right? And she's not trying to have no excuses. She chokes the dog shit out of her.
Wow.
It reminds me of Friday. I see a dog and I choke her. So,
wow.
She's choking this shit, and Tiffany's like, oh, come on, calm down now.
She said, give me more.
Listen.
Oh my.
She do got a twinkle in her eye. She liked it a lot. She got a twinkle in her eye. Yeah, I think she forgot that she was on TV. Look at that little smirk. She liked it. So she's kindly like brushing on her hands and her wrists, like, be cool. Hey, what is it? Who's the villain on Inspector Gadget?
Dr. Claw.
The cat.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Better known as Dylan Kaplan.
And so she says to her, if things turn out bad for her at Bad Blood, then they're going to turn out worse for Tiffy Time.
Wow.
And then she goes, we could be back friends again. And I thought that was pretty dope, how now I thought this was a little bit better to explain the dynamic between the two women. And now you got sympathy for Tiffy Time, who's really a bitch, but she didn't deserve it in this situation.
Yeah.
And the look that she gives, I thought it gave off sympathy that the crowd is supposed to feel. And then the inevitable, all right, I'm going to get this bitch what she deserves. So when she cashes in on Naya, she will have a
reason.
She will have a Dolph Ziggler moment. That pop will be huge when she does it. I thought that this look to end the shot, great production by WWE all over. Gentlemen, I'm going to start with the executive consultant because we know that he can go on and on. Pause. So, executive consultant, your thoughts on this segment? Actually, he probably will hate it because that's what him and Steve do. They just hate.
No, I liked it. I think it's a shift from what it was going at first, because where it was going at first is they were trying to make Nia look like she was going to be the sympathetic one, and Tiffany was going to cash in on her, making her more the heel. But realistically speaking, you have to think about the fact that Nia is, we talk about top heels in the business so often, and we don't give Nia the respect she deserves. She is a top heel in wrestling. Right? She goes out there, she gets a reaction, and she gets a lot of heat. So why wouldn't she? Not saying Tiffany's not. Tiffany does get a reaction, but she also gets a positive reaction because people love Tiffany Time. Now, I'm going to ask my question. All right, bro, be safe. I'm going to ask my question because you mentioned a lot of the women from NXT come up. They got the little highlight blondes and stuff like that, right? So I want to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
Name the NXT girl.
I don't know. I see Natty.
One is Izzy. One is Carmen. Natalia, and the other two I'm not familiar with.
Oh, that's interesting coming from the NXT person. All right, now
they don't even know. They don't never. They're just sitting back there like groupies.
No, but this is every week for NXT.
This is what Mike Knox has said. The girls are there to keep the boys entertained. That's it. They barely have airtime.
Yeah, I want to say these are extras because they're not even women who there's some other women.
These are the women.
Yeah, like I know these women right here.
Yeah, that's a bunch of women's right there.
All right, who are they?
Look at JC holding it. Who are these?
I knew JC Jane was going to be the.
I
know JC Jane. I know Lola Vice, and that's it.
Kalani Jordan, the NXT.
Right? How do you? The person who helped. I'm so glad that he doesn't review NXT because it shows. Matter of fact, just take off the glasses.
That's Fatal Influence right there. What are you talking about?
Who's Fatal Influence?
Oh my!
Oh my Lord! Please.
I'm going to be on NXT on Tuesday, actually. Because,
my God.
Don't you
go to NXT shows?
They're live.
It's the CW premiere. No, I'm not going to Chicago. It's the CW premiere. And we need we
need content? Is that what you about to say? You want to say we need content?
We need our A game on there. So I'm going to join the wrestling doll and the Great Grand Slam. Poop.
Oh no, you're not. Oh, we're gonna have to talk.
Did you see the last time we had our A game on Wednesdays?
Definitely talk about.
And you know what? People love that episode because they said, you know, why are we watching Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin? Who cares? Why am I watching?
Well, I would like to. I don't mean to
versus
interrupt. It would be cool to talk about SmackDown.
No, let him finish. Let him finish. This is good. Let him finish.
I just don't understand. You know, clearly people like seeing EC on the shows. Why do they want to see EC on the shows unless their name is George Samuel Lewis, right? And I understand why George Samuel Lewis doesn't want to see on the show because he's in Kentucky, right? He's in Kentucky. Lord. He doesn't know anything good if he actually crosses the state line. So I get it, right? But they want to see somebody tell the truth. They want to see somebody not sugarcoat it just because it's their show, Ron. They want to make sure that somebody's letting you know the god-awful truth.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Bachaloa is a horrible tag team champion. It has no business being on the show.
Oh, I didn't know Z walked off. Oh, me too. Hold on. I'm going to get some water. Give me a minute. Go ahead. Keep talking.
All right, cool.
That is not the reason. No. That is not the reason. I don't
Somebody
know.
Needs to tell you got Vinny, David watch the show, talking about this is great. This is great. Do you really think that the learning tree is not as good as LA Knight? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Make it make sense to me.
You dropping stuff?
Sound like dishes.
It was a drop.
Right here. Anyway, moving on to the actual first match of SmackDown. It took us 20 minutes to get to. Ladies and gentlemen of SmackDown Penitentiary.
Oh, here we go.
Please, you know what? We don't need this right now.
No. Go ahead.
There's only room for 3.
Damage control?
Yes. Did anybody say yeah? So they were making a big deal about this, right?
They should.
That's not. It doesn't matter.
They did it on purpose because they were trying to show you, Dice. When's the last time Bayley was actually interesting?
Get the hell out of here! I'm not trying to hear that goofy shit you talking about.
The truth.
Because what you're not gonna do.
It's the truth.
Is interrupt this segment right here.
I'm gonna be Vinny. Let's be frank. Do you really think you're really going to tell me? Let's be honest. That Bayley is more interesting now than she was a year ago.
Yes.
You lying like shit. You should walk off your own self.
I'm not. You should. No.
Bayley is boring now.
You're boring.
That's not true. I thought we were being honest.
Anyway,
ladies
and gentlemen,
take a poll for all our viewers watching. Do you think Bayley is entertaining now?
Bayley's a bona fide Hall of Famer. You're about to mess up my Hall of Fame introduction to Pedro Martinez.
I'm doing it purposely. She definitely needs to be a Hall of Fame. She's a.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had a meeting at the SmackDown Penitentiary.
Fuck you.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, at the SmackDown Penitentiary, we have a ritual here at this point in time, and everybody here knows and everybody here loves it, is that any time that Pamela Martinez is on our screens, we give praise, we give acknowledgement, and we give appreciation to the lovely, luscious, thick-assed, my shaved head queen, Bayley. And everybody in the chat knows what we like to say. Say it with me. I love you, Pamela Martinez. All right, now let's get the boys.
Now that the lotion is worn off, let's go ahead and look at some of these comments. Never cared about a Bayley match. Jeffrey, who always tries to be the neutral person of UPR, says she needs something, but I respect her in-ring work. You know what that means? Chris isn't wrong, right? But I do like when when Dice talks about Bayley. That's what she's saying. And then the technician, one of the longest members of UPR that doesn't do shit, says, love Bayley, but I agree with Jeffrey. There's something missing.
You know what's missing? The left part of all of y'all's brain, because if you cannot see that this woman is a pioneer, if you didn't pay attention to this match, the commentary team told you. The commentary team told you what Bayley is. She's there to improve. She wants to step the women's division up. And on SmackDown, she is that hierarchy. So how is it that Charlotte would get praised for it? But Bailey would get criticized for it.
Oh, I criticize Charlotte all the time. That's Mike
Well,
Knox
Charlotte's not
watching 6 o'clock on Mondays. Charlotte Flair!
Yeah, she's
And
not,
the
she's not
greatest
the one.
woman wrestler!
Wow.
But y'all, what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna disrespect the lovely Bailey.
Nobody's disrespecting Bailey. She's a phenomenal athlete, and she was actually one of my
She's a
favorites
future
for a
Hall
while.
of Famer.
She is a
She's
future
the
Hall of
first
Famer.
ever women's
She's the
Grand Slam
first
champion.
valid Hall of Famer, but she's boring right now. She needed to go to Raw because she needed a change.
She didn't need to go to Raw. She didn't need.
I do think she needs something though. I mean, I don't know what.
She needs what I. Okay, she needs something.
There we
She
go.
needs Charlotte Flair.
I
I've
don't
said
think
this
he-
for a month now. She needs Charlotte Flair. There's not been many interactions of Bailey and Flair. There's not. So
Yes, there has been.
But if you do that,
there has
so
not.
let me-
In every iteration, I've said this before, in every iteration of somebody's change of character, she has not seen the role model. Charlotte has not seen the role model. She has not had heel Bailey. She's not had this face Bailey that we got now. We've not gotten it. We've gotten Ding Dong.
I think
We
it's
got
been a
Ding
minute
Dong
since.
Bailey.
I'm gonna let Grand Slam Kuba say what he has to say.
I think it's been a minute since her and Charlotte had some, because when her character first changed, right, when she first turned heel, it was Charlotte that she beat on many years ago, right? But I don't remember the last time they had a. But I don't know if it's like she needs
2020.
Charlotte because, huh?
4 years ago.
Thunderdome era.
No, it was even before that. Before that, that was 2019.
Bad guy Jack.
Chris.
This is Chris.
Somebody in the chat. Somebody
Are you
in the chat.
really
Let's prove
questioning
Chris
me?
wrong.
Are you really
Let's
questioning
prove Chris wrong.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Just like your fashion. But like here, I'm just simply saying
You're wearing a plain white tee, you motherfucker. You are wearing a plain white tee, and you're going to talk about the black tee?
White tees are very fashionable.
With your light
it really
blue
is.
shorts. Your light blue shorts because you want to be Sonic. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, actually,
You know
it says, wait, how are you looking
Oh,
that
yeah,
deep
that's-
down? Like, why?
because you got up and walked off to get some water.
You
Mo.
did get up and walk away. Yeah, we did.
Oh
see
yeah.
that.
Well, I wasn't paying attention, so I'm
And
sorry.
you blended into the background.
That wasn't even funny. No wonder you lose every year. Funny as hell.
I won it in UPR.
Yeah, because everyone feared for their jobs.
You know what? That reminds me. 2 months we have to have the end of the year.
Who's hosting this year? Z, you should host this year.
I probably will let Cactus Katie host.
After her debacle on Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Why do you keep bringing Wednesday up? If I recall, it was more than just me on Wednesday's show. It was Dice.
No,
right?
but you were bullying the show. You
That is-
bullied
how do
the
you bully
show.
the show? It's not even. It's not even.
Because you just
Listen,
barge
first-
on the show and
I
you
said I
took
was gonna
over. And even at
You
the
said
end,
you was
when
going
I-
to do the show. Yeah.
First of all,
you said you
your
was going
two
to do the show.
AEW, your two AEW people went to a preseason hockey game. If anybody was disrespectful, it was them, right? So they go to a preseason hockey game of all. I can't even finish it because I can't get over the fact who goes to a preseason hockey game.
well, apparently those two.
I guess the same people go to AEW Dynamite
Well, Jeffrey loved
Anyway.
Wednesday. He
because
said-
it was a great show.
It was a hilarious show, but it had absolutely nothing to do with wrestling.
It did.
Yeah, I feel like the majority of shows, I hate this, and then Chris yelling at the top of his lungs. And this is coming from me.
And the funny thing is, bad guy, this is what they told me not to do when I started hosting Dynamite.
He's gonna bring it up every fucking time. Every fucking time he brings this up.
I'm going
Every
to.
time.
I'm going to.
I would personally look for the executive consultant to move that plate that's nearby, because if I had to hit that thing,
God
do
dang
one
it!
more time-
Here,
Oh, the cereal.
it's moving.
yeah, eating cereal. What are you eating? Frosted
I don't
Flakes?
eat cereal.
All right, moving on.
Why would I eat cereal?
We
I'm an
didn't
adult.
even-
Adults should not
we
eat
didn't
cereal.
His takes are just like, you know what the executive
He
consultant.
don't
has
eat
to-
struggle food.
No,
He don't eat
no.
spam.
Well,
Have
no.
you ever had ramen
Yeah, just had ramen like 2 days ago.
from a
Well,
restaurant?
he's saying that
From
not out of a
package?
ball though. He's talking about he went to a fancy restaurant because Chris has a moat where he's from. He don't believe in the struggle meal.
Oh, us peasants.
I have a moat because I live in Florida.
That terrible place.
Bad guy Jack, let me ask you this question really quick. Have you ever
Mhm.
put your hot dog on regular bread?
Yes.
Oh my God! Please don't have this conversation.
I have.
No one who
I
cares
have.
about
You're
themselves.
talking about like
No one
Wonder.
let-
Hold on, whoa.
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
Ric
like a-
Flair. Hold on, Ric Flair. So you're talking about like Wonder Bread, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Absolutely.
It's folded diagonally, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This man is
I
just.
need-
he's-
Well, no, the executive consultant, he keeps telling me he wants to buy me a washing machine because I go to the laundromat. He said, "Why are you
Who
doing that
goes
pour
to the
thing?"
laundromat? It's
Dude,
2024.
Laundry is expensive. I will say that laundry is expensive.
So you go to
As a man
laundromat?
who lives by himself, laundry is expensive.
So you go to
I
laundromat
have
dice?
when I first bought my house, I did, and then
But
I
now
realized it wasn't for me because
okay.
I have to sit somewhere for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's really
Because
good.
you have respect for yourself.
No, I just some things I just didn't want to do. That doesn't mean he doesn't have respect for himself.
He has no respect for himself. First of all, you're in New York, so that's already a strike against you. But then you go to a laundromat with extra New Yorkers, right? So you turn it to the right, and you see this hobo, and you say, "Hey, what are you in here for?" He's like, "Oh, sometimes they, have some crumbs in people's pockets, and they put it in the trash can." Then you go to the left, you say, "Hey, Splinter, what's up, man?" He says he's looking for turtles. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Okay, first off, you just give away how much you're an 80s kids because I understand that reference. You're talking about Ninja Turtles, the 80s Turtles.
No, I'm talking about
that you had to grow up and watch
I'm talking
that.
about walking rats that go around doing karate.
That you're
chops.
judgmental without telling us that you're judgmental.
I'm not judgmental. I just don't.
He doesn't even have a license to judge.
That's it. All right, so we're all.
Can we get back to SmackDown? Dice, take over your show.
We're back to SmackDown. I see this. See what I just did? I just pulled the reins back. That's what you didn't allow Katie
Roman
to do.
did show up because he didn't care about Oklahoma City, which I understand. All they do is hang people there.
So the
what?
the SmackDown match between Naomi and Bayley actually was a really good match. I thought
agree.
this is more of Bayley's pace.
Mm-hmm.
And she was able to tell a story a lot better. And they said that she's only beaten Bayley once in her career.
Wow.
Once. She's only beaten Bayley one time in her career. I'm going to guess it was sometime maybe 7 years ago when she was on that tear. And then they mentioned that she hasn't had singles gold in 7 years. So
In WWE.
Yeah, in WWE. I think that what they were trying to do is try to pull the frustration out of Naomi, but I still don't see her turning heel as much as Vic wants her to turn heel.
Vic thinks he's turning heel.
It's looking that way. I don't. So there's certain wrestlers where I just go like I just can't boo you because like I can't see myself booing Naomi, but it's looking that way, and I sit here and go like since she's come back, I think she hasn't really had. She's had good matches, right? But I don't think she's had like anything really going for her. So I think a heel turn.
This was the best match that she's had so far.
Well, it's against Bayley. Bayley is going to give you that.
Debatable.
I mean, who?
Against one other match.
She had a nice triple threat match with Bayley.
Oh, okay. Tiffany.
It was a triple threat.
Tiffany. Yeah. Well, if you're talking about one-on-one, she's had a good singles match with Tiffany Stratton. And she had a great match, I think, with I'm pretty sure it was a good match with Nia Jax.
The first one was bad, but the first one was bad between her and Tiffy. I remember
her and Nia Jax had a good match. Nia Jax had very good matches.
Yes, she has. I agree.
Nia has not had a bad match.
Nia's so good now. She finds a way to make the bonsai drop look like the RKO sometimes. That's impressive.
Oh, you mean like how it comes out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, like the one she did on
Victoria, yes.
Not only did she squash Lyra, she squashed her career. Lyra has not recovered from that bonsai
She's
drop.
going to be fine. She's going to be fine.
Is she going to be fine for money? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, sure.
I don't see. Let me put it this way. I don't see Naomi going heel, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. I don't see Naomi turning heel because her music just changed, and she really wants her music to get over. And I just don't. And her music that she has now is not heel music, so she will have to change it again. I think Naomi could be a very good heel because she used to be a heel before. After the Funkadactyl, she was a babyface, and she turned heel again. And she had Team Bad. No, I think she was good with Team Bad. I think she was a good heel.
Team Bad was terrible.
But they still mention it. Do they still mention? What was the other group?
They mentioned Alberto Del Rio too. So what?
Well, Alberto Del Rio is that fire. But what's that other group? What was Pages and Charlotte and
Absolution?
No, that was like the submission or something like that.
No, they were called
PCO or PCE or something like that. I forget what
it was. Something like that. It wasn't PCO, but it was something like
it was PCB.
But they don't mention it. How do y'all feel? Why everybody keep talking about PCB? Okay, yeah, because it was Paige, Charlotte, Becky.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Nobody talks about that.
Exactly. So. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, but they still mention Team Bad. Matter of fact, Street Profits.
They mentioned Team Bad because they want something different, not because they were great.
I think Team Bad
because they weren't even good. They weren't even acceptable. This shit was great A trash. This shit was potted meat.
It's fine for you to be a hater, Z. I expect you to be a hater. You eat spam.
I will tell you when I hate something because I'm going to tell you I hated Team Bad. This shit was bad. It was terrible. All you had to do was watch Total Divas, and you can see all the shit. They didn't even like the shit.
I didn't interrupt, no, because the executive consultant kept saying, like, "Are you going to question me?" This was before the pandemic. So, good Chris in the chat says October 11th is the day Bailey turned heel. And
correct, it was on SmackDown. Yes, I remember that. But
yeah, but you said the pandemic, and I was saying
they had a small feud in 2020. Yes, they did. It was Charlotte against Bailey and Sasha. When Sasha and Bailey were on every single fucking show.
Fact check that, somebody.
Yeah, I checked it, but I'm not Donald Trump. I speak nothing but facts, and you can say whatever you want.
And nothing but facts. I'm going to say a bunch of bull. No, absolutely not. We're not going to go that far of a stretch. Let's give you a 60-40 split. Let's give you a 60-40 split.
No, it's definitely 100.
That's still not dependable. 100?
He's incapable of splitting.
When I tell you knowledge, that's 100. If I'm giving you my opinion, that sometimes might end up being incorrect, which is very rare. Then I'll say 90.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, for those of you that are here that follow the SmackDown Penitentiary every Saturday at 12:10.
Jailbirds.
I distinctly remember that EC was on this show. And I remember that he distinctly said that, and I quote, Bailey will be the one that goes to Raw.
Correct.
You were wrong.
That was also an opinion. That wasn't a fact.
That wasn't an opinion. You did not say I think. You did not say I think. You did not say my opinion.
Let's look at the definition of a fact and let's look at the definition of opinion. Okay, that statement is an opinion. That's not a fact.
When this becomes,
you didn't say I think or my opinion is. So how, when you speak, it's a fact. If you do not say I think, I pondered, my opinion is, you said none of those things.
I was speaking on something that's coming on into the future. Now it's past, but I was speaking on something that's going on into the future. When I sit here and say that Charlotte had a feud with Sasha and Bailey, that is past. That is a fact. There's no disputing that.
Well, that wasn't the argument.
Argument is when I say something is a fact, it's always right. If I sit here and say something is an opinion, I'm not always right. I'm 9 times right, 1 time wrong. This was one of the ones.
Okay.
I see. Okay, Jordan. Yeah, because you
are Jordan. That's not backtracking. That's the truth.
Big backtracking in the chat.
How's that backtracking? I'm literally giving you the definition. Literal definitions here, brought to you by the executive consultant.
Is your hand all right?
Yes, it's all right. It's
I thought it was
a straight line because that's what I'm shooting. I'm shooting from the straight and arrow.
Oh, matter of fact,
the fact is something that is known to have happened or to exist, especially something which proof exists.
Charmaine's just upset there's no karaoke tonight.
No, we're doing karaoke. Charmaine, see you at 6 p.m. We're doing karaoke.
Ding dong, you're
I'm
wrong.
Gonna be
Thank you, Charmaine.
Make a man out of you. See you later.
I'm going to sing Make a Man. Are you going to break the machine?
No, I sung it last time I went there. So what are you talking about?
Oh, well, we'll see in November. All right, go ahead.
I'm talking about numbers.
What the hell was that?
That was you.
That was not me, Ron.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Naomi,
we're still in the first match. Come on, Dice, take over your show.
Come on, guys.
No, this is good. This is what. Listen, this is what me and Vic do. So you guys are fitting in very well. It's just that I'm going to peel the reins back. But however, I just realized that it's almost a commercial break time. So we're going to finish up this segment. We're going to go to a commercial break now. Naomi gets a Bailey to belly suplex and then the top rope, in which I think that Bailey has the second best women's elbow drop. The first would be Kairi Sane.
I agree.
Kairi Sane's elbow drop is
unmatched. Oh shit,
it is just
Bailey does not have the second best elbow drop.
Okay,
that shit weak as hell.
Okay, were we talking like in WWE?
Yeah, in WWE. She does not have the second.
I don't know anybody else who doesn't elbow drop. Who else?
That's exactly why you're saying she has the second best elbow drop, because there's no one else that does it. But
we just said Kairi Sane.
No, Kairi, he said second, right? Kairi Sane does it. That's why she's number 1. Bailey does it. But realistically speaking, her elbow drop is nothing. The only reason you make it number 2 because no one else does it. Everybody else who comes up does a splash or plancha or something like that. You are so stuck on Bailey and her damn booty that you are giving her a pass on everything. Everything.
And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, whenever we have Bailey appreciation, the only thing that I acknowledge about Bailey is the fact that we appreciate her. Yes, I'm going to say that she is thick-assed, but we don't sexualize women over here. We appreciate them.
That's a lot.
We don't sit up there and say they're going to be our second ex-wife, our future ex-wife. We appreciate them. We want to love on them. He's already predicting that he's going to fail with them. We don't want to do that.
No, I didn't say I was going to fail with them. Not one time that I said I was going to fail with them. They're going to fail with me.
You're already predicting. You're predicting that you're going to fail with them.
No,
they're going to fail with you. Oh my God, and I thought that I was a pompous ass. Jeez.
Oh, no. Once you've met the executive consultant, you realize you're pretty much a saint compared to him.
We're only on the first match. Take control of your show.
I don't think anyone's ego matches his.
If you got somewhere to go, you're not going to rush me through our show. That's not what you're not. You're not going to do what you did to Katie. That's what you're not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. Someone played a commercial.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to a quick commercial break.
Okay,
Jordan. You're not going anywhere. Wait.
Because he has no choice. I'm going to find somebody that does an elbow drop. Anybody can do an elbow drop. Anybody. Dragon Lee does a better elbow drop.
You know what? I'm going to put everybody here on blast. And Chris.
I know who has the second best elbow drop, and I dare you to dispute me. Xavier Woods. Boom.
Oh, that's fair. That's a pretty mean elbow.
It's not better than Bailey's. Hasn't been doing it long as Bailey. Now,
I love it. I love it.
See?
I'm going to put you on notice. To put the rest of the group on notice. Jack, this one's for you as well.
I hope it's not penetration.
What happened?
I forgot about that.
Where's it at?
Welcome to the SmackDown penetration.
Where is that? I don't have that. Oh my gosh. See. Okay, but
you asked about the commercials. Listen, I'm a busy man.
We don't have any commercials. We don't have any commercials. The only people that are making commercials.
I've been slacking. I am not.
I'll give it to you, Z. You're not putting me on blast. You put a spotlight on me, and I sit here and I'll do my two-step. But yes, you've been holding it down with the commercials. You've been killing it with the commercials. Congrats, good stuff. Giving you your flowers. Keep the
let's kill it a little bit more. Y'all listen to the SmackDown Penitentiary. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the SmackDown Penitentiary.
In which I would have to say, I know the excitement about 40. I still say that 39 is one of the greatest. I will put 39 in my top 10 of WrestleMania main event matches. I think that match was really good. I think the storytelling in that match was better than the storytelling in Mania this year.
Nah.
Yeah.
For Undertaker to come out and do it, bro.
Undertaker had no business being out there. Like, you cannot connect the dots. You can't connect the dots between Rock and Taker. The clear-cut favorite was Stone Cold.
That was the biggest surprise.
Stone Cold.
That was the biggest surprise. That was a better surprise than Nia Jax coming out into the men's Royal Rumble. Like that.
39 is absolutely
a massive.
39 is absolutely in my top 10. You know how many times Rock and Taker actually engaged through their careers? Most of it was the Attitude Era. They hardly did in Ruthless Aggression, right? So like he had no history with Cody Rhodes. Taker had no history with Cody Rhodes, and he had no history with Rock. It made no sense.
Listen, who was the judge of the kangaroo court in the locker room?
The kangaroo court?
Yeah, the dead man. And
I never do this. I'm sorry. I never do this.
Oh, hell.
Rock has had true feuds with Austin, Triple H, Angle, and Jericho, and all of those feuds were better than his and Taker's. That's what I'm talking about. He had no business being out there with the guy. Yeah, that was a clip from last week's show. Me and Vic, we barely get arguing on the show, but anytime that we do, I try to always make sure that
Are you just watching last week's commercial? Is that what happened?
No, my PlayStation 5 was just talking to me for no reason. I don't know what the hell is.
I hate when that happens.
They said his ex-baby mama or something. Look,
I don't have a baby mama. I have a child's mother. But that was a clip.
So I will say this: Z, he for once I completely 100% agree with you. I said it. I said it last thing because I was driving through your crappy state when y'all were having that debate. But I 100% agree that 39 was way better than 40, and I think 40 was good. Don't get me wrong, but 39 is, in my opinion, one of the best WrestleManias of all time. I know they always talk 40 was the biggest. 40 was the big. 39 from bell to bell, from Saturday to Sunday was great.
Yeah.
And one of the most dramatic weekends I ever had in my life that I'm still paying for today. It was great.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you are. It was great, but I enjoyed it. And him to try to give you that fourth Undertaker showing up made it better. Get the fuck out of here. That
This is an Undertaker guy. I'm saying he's an Undertaker guy.
I'm not throwing any shade. All I'm doing is spitting the facts. Okay, Jordan.
I mean, I in this situation, you definitely was throwing the shade, but you was spitting facts at the same time. It was a double entendre. I get it though. Listen, they still have DVDs.
I'm impressed by that.
They do. I don't know what Saturday is. The fact they still have DVDs, or people still buy them. But I'm assuming the people who still buy DVDs.
Jeffrey.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Look. All I'm saying is, if you buy a DVD,
are you mad that he don't be watching?
Buy a DVD. I can understand. I understand why you eat hot dogs and bread. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
It's his money. If he wants to buy a DVD, leave him. Let's talk about this Andrade.
I seen somebody had a comment in the chat that Andrade is getting more and more. Damn it! One of my earbuds just went out. He's getting more and more reaction from the crowd every week, and I think that it goes both ways. In this modern day best of 7 series, both of these guys are going to come out very, very well on top. Now it's just who goes over in that 7th match. There's not been many that they've acknowledged. It took them a long time to even acknowledge that this was a 7 series.
They still haven't really acknowledged it.
They're not calling it the best though. The greatest 7 series is Booker T, Chris Benoit. It's no debate. But you could argue, if you wanted to, Cesaro and Sheamus, because that was really good.
That was fun. Yeah,
that was really good. But I mean, we got 4, the bar. Right? We got the bar out of that. So yeah, it's only been 4. Yeah, this is the 4th one. So and we got the bar out of that, which is one of the better tag teams of the modern day.
Most underrated tag teams in the 2000s, in my opinion. 2010s.
I would definitely agree with you on that. But backstage we see Andrade, and he goes up to LA Knight and says, "Where I am from, men still shake hands." And just to show respect, and LA Knight, before he could even get a response, Carmelo just come and hit and blindsides him, and he just blindsided him.
Don't be Freckles.
Like, I'm not Freckles.
Okay.
He blindsides him.
Wow.
And he says, "I got more for your ass. Let's go."
Love it.
That was so gangster. Like, he just watched that man get elbowed over the trunk, and then, "I got more for your ass. Let's go." But the funny part, and
it's always nice to see Mighty Mouse, at work. I used to love watching it as a child. So watching it here in wrestling form, it's good.
The petty part, the petty in me, is watching LA Knight's hand come up out of nowhere.
Oh God!
Stayed on the ground. But moving, again, so they acknowledge that this is a series, and we're going to get into the match. At this point in time, there's so much that they've already done, and they've wowed us so much that you had to add in a different factor to get a W. And I think that the way that this ended, with LA Knight coming out there trying to get his lick back on Carmelo, and it fails, and it costs Andrade the match, I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good way to produce more heat between Andrade and LA Knight, and I thought it was a good way for Melo to slip by as the chicken shit heel that he's been being. Overall, it was a decent match. I thought the finish was better than the actual match. Grand Slam Puba, your thoughts on this?
I mean, these guys got great chemistry, and I think that something to touch on what you were saying before. You said you were talking about Andrade getting more over. I think this series has just done wonders for both men. I mean, I think people are getting more familiar with Carmelo Hayes. I say it a lot, like, not everyone watch NXT, so they're not familiar with him. Andrade, I feel like if anything's gonna get him over, is his wrestling. It's not gonna be on the mic or stuff like that. So some good solid stuff. I mean, you were saying about the series, I would have Melo go over with this, but I almost feel like we're gonna get a triple threat before we get a Melo and LA Knight United States Championship match. So
yeah, for sure. EC.
I mean, the best of 7 series is made to make people. The Chris Benoit Booker T one. I mean, Booker T got put on the map, so to speak, right after that, because I think he won the United States Championship a little bit after that. Cesaro was benefited from the best of 7 series with Sheamus. It helped his career, and this one is going to help Melo's career. I think more so than Andrade. I think Andrade is going to be fine because Andrade has one of the most powerful wrestlers in its corner, that being Charlotte Flair. But the thing is, it's been fine, and I do believe Andrade's beginning. So he went from having no kind of pop to a little bit of smudge. I'm not saying it's huge, but at least something. He's getting acknowledged.
He's getting some time.
I'm also going to give him a compliment outside his wrestling ability. His background when he comes out for the entrance, I think it's very, very, very well done.
Really good. I do like what they're doing production wise for him.
I just don't like the background of Raw and SmackDown. I want a new stage.
Moving on, we get a backstage segment.
It's NXT.
Cody Rhodes and
I'm sorry, this reminds me of NXT. Go ahead.
We get a backstage segment, and Cody's coming up to Cody and
Cody's coming up to Cody.
Cody's coming up to Kevin and Randy and saying that he'll be out there to support them, and Kevin stops him again and is like, we don't need you. We got this, big dog. We got you. And so he walks away, and Randy's like, hey man, like, we know what the bloodline does. Odds are against us. So if they do get against us, I would like to have you out there. I'm gonna go talk to Kevin. And walks away. I don't think that Randy talked to Kevin at all.
No. I agree.
I don't think that he talked at all. I think Randy sees the writing on the wall and he wants the things to play out, because I feel like he feels the same way that Kevin Owens feels. He's just closer to Cody, so he's just going to kind of let it play out. But I think that he's right on the same page as Kevin Owens. I don't think that it's hard to, looking ahead, it's hard to see who's his next opponents can be, but his next opponents are literally right beside him, and Kevin and Randy. With the latter being Randy, probably is what we're going to get at Mania, if it is not Roman Reigns. Which I would be very surprised if it's not Roman. But everybody's predicting Cody, Randy, Mania. I don't see how you deter from that. But a Cody Roman 3, it's hard to say, nah, I don't want that. Any thoughts on this segment? That's a pretty quick one, so it doesn't matter if you haven't.
EC.
Expect Randy to turn first. It's an easy out. Cody's getting out of this bloodline storyline because that title is not needed into it. It's just a transition, and it's just going to be easy out for Randy and Kevin Owens, who are still going to be a team, so to speak, somewhat, when Randy turns on Cody. And this just gives them storyline to do between Randy and Kevin Owens going into WrestleMania. I don't know plans to solidify what it's going to be Cody and Roman again for a third time, which to this point, I never thought I would say it because I didn't even see it in the first place. But I think I'm a Roman Cody 3 at WrestleMania 41 might actually be the way to go. Wouldn't be upsetting. So we'll see.
I don't think we get Randy. We were saying Randy Cody at WrestleMania. I don't think we get that for whatever reason.
No, not Randy. I didn't say Randy Cody.
No. I'm just. Let me say you. Jesus. You know what? This guy's hilarious. But I think we get that at Rumble. I think that's a marquee match. I mean, you want to save something for one of these big four, so I can see that being something at Royal Rumble. But what was I going to get at here? Cody kind of got on my nerve in this segment. Cody, no, because Kevin goes like, yo, bro, like, I don't want to talk. And when someone does that, you go like, all right, cool. let's save it for later, right? Like, I'll chat with you in private later. But Cody's like, no, but we really, really have to. It gave me CW vibes where, and it's hilarious because, you know, my show is moving to CW. But he's like, but we really, really need to talk. And KO's starting to get mad. And I'm like, I don't blame bro for getting mad. And he's sitting there saying, yeah, look, we'll talk. He should have flipped something over. He should have fucking kicked something for that matter. Because, like, dude, like, I don't want to talk to you right now. And I agree with the whole, like, Randy on setting up. But I think, you know, I think if Randy turned heel first, I would be surprised by it. I feel like you're saving that because I feel KO is going to be first. I feel like it's all right there, but I also sit here and said the possible, you know, there might be that swerve, and I could see that being a thing too. But I just think KO is going to be the one to turn heel first. Yes, that is his. Yes, I'm very good at voice acting. Yes.
Moving along, right after that, we get a nice little touch of Michin.
Love her.
Michin walking, getting ready, and we like Michin over here at the penitentiary. They've been giving.
Oh, there's a lot of respect there. I like this place.
Really, they've been doing Michin justice in a women's division that needs a little punch, a little something. They've been doing very well by Michin as far as what the code.
Wait, so
ladies and gentlemen, that was not nobody here on the penitentiary.
No,
that was, of course, our. I'm going to use this term very loosely at this point. Our fearless leader, because he believes that comedy over somebody's takes is what makes him win an argument. And there's not a person. See, look at this. Gotta love Michin. Love me some Michin. The only person who doesn't is the executive contradiction.
I haven't said a thing. I didn't say a word. I did not
you pressed
say
the
a
toilet
word.
button. You did. You had that goofy smirk on backstage. I saw it. What are you talking about? You literally pressed the toilet button. You did.
I'm just interested. We have that here.
Yeah.
There's really there. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But right after that, we get.
Wait, you got George Michael? George Michael in this? Who's this? Glorilla? Who the hell is that? You're kidding me. What's that?
This is not the penitentiary's doing. This is not. We have to share a
Glorilla?
room with the Raw crew. We have to share a room with the Raw crew. I don't know what kind of goofy shit they got going on over there, but we don't use none of that here at the penitentiary.
I know. You know, you was talking about Michin. I wanted to give her flowers. I'm happy that they're utilizing her as well. I like that they've kept her. I want to say they kept her solid, right? So, like, yeah, she loses, but she gets wins, and she's being in these really cool mini feuds. You know, I thought this week we were going to get Michin against Chelsea Green, but that's what, next week?
That's next week in the dumpster match. You know what? As EC sits here with this.
Why he's sniffing his finger?
I don't. It definitely probably stinks. It's my earring. What is the problem with you for not just accepting things for what they are?
I don't know what you're talking about. We talked about Andrade, how Andrade gets a reaction when he comes out, right? He actually gets noise. The worst thing to do as a wrestler or a person in this business is when you go out there and nobody does anything, right?
Where's your volume on? Don't you try to tell me that Michin ain't getting no fucking pop.
I'm not saying Michin comes out and you don't hear anything. When Michin comes out, I hear something. And unfortunately, I played it and you didn't like it. I hear a lot of toilet flushing because everybody goes to the bathroom when they're in a Michin match. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what match you're watching, but if you actually show up,
you know, I don't care what anything. Ridiculous. I really don't care what anything that you have to say. I just want to highlight Jeffrey here because I agree. If we don't get Oscar the Grouch, like you should show up in the dumpster match next week. Then what are we doing?
Thank you. It's the truth.
That you should show up in a dumpster match.
No, he said, I'll talk about what the leader of the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, Mike Knotts, is saying right now. He agrees. Bottom line is, whether you like Michin or not.
Well, he also thinks that Charlotte Flair is the greatest of all time. So you're going to agree with that? You're going to agree with that?
But the bottom line is, when Michin comes out, most people say, "Okay, now I can take a leak." That's all I'm saying.
But what is?
All I'm saying is the opinions. These opinions that you try to have is you act like every single person that is
I don't know.
signed and
What does
on
that
our
mean?
TVs is supposed to be main event status.
No, I'm not. I never said that.
Yes, you do.
No,
Yes, you do.
no,
You and
no.
Chris do not take wrestlers for what they are. Some
Me
people
too.
are
It's
just
not a
mid-carders. However,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you and Steve. You and Steve, that's what you guys do. And then you make jokes about it. But however, she is a big fucking deal. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry that there's Bailey. I'm sorry that there was Sasha.
I'm sorry,
I'm
this
sorry
is
that there was
great.
Charlotte. I'm sorry that there was Asuka. I'm sorry there's Rhea. I'm sorry there's Bianca. So she got lost in the shuffle. But she was treated like a big fucking deal. And she still is that.
Who?
So
Definitely
what
hilarious.
Triple H is
Who?
doing is he's getting her back in the fold.
Who?
Michin.
When was she treated like a big deal?
Oh my! You know what?
Rob!
I'm gonna need you for somebody who is the executive consultant and a wrestling
Let me
historian.
ask you a question.
Shame
because
on you. No, don't ask me nothing because we're about to get into.
No, not you. I always ask for another opinion. Let me ask you a question. When, since she
Is someone
joined,
there?
yes, my roommate. When, since she joined the main roster, has me,
Okay, let's mute him because he's not a part of the show. Now we got
aka
Styles.
Meechin, because he don't want to know the truth. When has she ever been a big deal on the main roster? Thank you. Never been a big.
First of all, I didn't say on the main roster. I said I'm sorry, but there's other main roster women that have been put over her. But when she
everybody's going to put on Meechin.
time out. Are you a wrestling historian or no?
Yes.
Or you just like what you like? So you don't know who
I don't think he likes
the
anything.
HBIC was. Are you going to try to tell me that? I know you do, Grand Slam. You know that. Okay. So was
does
she
that
not a
mean?
big fucking deal?
What does that mean? Just because she had a free?
The head bitch in charge.
Yeah.
I know
I
who
mean,
it
I
is.
know
We're
what it
going on
means.
to the
I'm saying
next.
you
We're
wanted
going
me
on
to
to the
say-
next one.
How many
We're going on to something else.
NXT championships did
No,
Meechin win?
we're not.
How many times
What we're
did-
not going
how
to do.
many- how many
What we're
times
not
did
going
she
to
win?
do is we're
Hold
not
on.
going to entertain this.
How
We're
many
not going to
times she
entertain
won
this
the
goofy
title?
shit
How many times
because
she
what
won
you're
the
trying to
title?
do is you're trying to
How many
make
times did
jokes.
she win the
To
title?
your point.
What,
Oh my
where, in
god.
WWE?
No, NXT, WWE. How many times did she win the title?
She hasn't, but I don't think that diminished her like as a talent. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
confused.
I'm
Like,
not
are we saying
diminishing
because
her talent. I'm telling you what fans do when she comes out because she is not finding a
can you
stride
keep
for
your
her.
forehead out the camera?
She does have sex appeal. She's a little attractive, but right now she has not found anything that connects with the audience on the main roster. She has not.
I think she slowly has been getting over. I think she's been getting. I mean, I'm not gonna say
No,
a
she don't.
giant pop or anything like that, but I think she's been getting somewhat of
She's been
reaction.
getting a reaction.
Yeah,
That's all you
and
need.
I think that's the
I
goal,
agree.
right? You said it
She has
yourself.
been getting a reaction. And
I
that's what
can talk
started this whole
loud
conversation.
too.
That's what started the conversation.
Loud noises.
It's because when
Ah!
she comes out, toilet flushes.
Okay, anyway, after we get Meechin, we get a nice little video package
Ooh.
of the Fearless Leader, and AJ Styles returns on SmackDown
go.
next
She's
Friday.
repeated. Big deal.
Now, I've seen a lot of people on the IWC said, "Oh yeah, y'all bullied AJ Styles' return." No, the fuck y'all didn't. Shut the fuck
I
up.
don't even believe that at
Shut
all.
the
I
fuck
believe
up.
I believe they gave him time off. That's just what this new era is. Where honestly, I didn't even realize he's been out for 3 months. I did not know that. Like someone pointed it out. I said, "Oh, he's
You
been
know
off
why
TV."
he's been out for 3 months?
Huh?
You know why he's been out for 3 months?
Pretty sure to take time off. But what do you got here? What did you get
AJ
this from?
Styles has
Did you get this from Mad Dog? What did he tell you?
According to his sources, AJ Styles has been on a part-time contract for a while now.
Oh,
For
cool.
quite a while now. If you notice, he takes a lot of breaks. When they
I
don't
didn't
have
know.
anything creative for him, they tell him that it's okay for him to stay home because he wants to be around his family. He knows he's
earned it.
He has earned it. Not saying anything negative. I'm just saying that's why.
Oh, I
And
didn't know that.
Ever since this feud with Cody Rhodes, realistically, he didn't really have anything to do. Right? You're not going to
So
have
it
him
makes
show
sense
up on
for him not
SmackDown
either.
every single week just
Yeah.
to lose to Solo Sikoa or something. So he's been sitting at home, except for during their tour that they had across seas.
He did do something at Noah, I believe.
Yeah, he
That was the
did.
last thing he did.
He did something
Yeah,
earlier this year, but he also was across seas with the WWE to help.
And that was after the feud with Cody. You're right, because I
Correct.
remember this picture with him and Cody, and they're doing the Too Sweet.
Correct.
Yeah, so yeah,
he's coming back next week. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to do. It's going to be very interesting to see because there's still not a lot of storylines for him to be a part of. But we'll see how that goes.
I think for
What we
some
got?
reason that when they was running down his list of accolades, I would think that you would say WWE champion first, right? That's the biggest. When you go to the biggest and the lower.
Yeah.
Instead, they started off with the United States Championship.
Mm.
And that's a very good observation.
So maybe he tries to get his lick back from Mania for LA Knight. Maybe.
Kerry had it back.
I wouldn't. Yeah, but it's for a title, and the house that AJ Styles built has to tell them whose game it is. So
I have one other suggestion that it could possibly be.
What do you got?
I don't think it's going to be, even though I think, Dice, I think you, that's a very good theory. But I still think the winner of the 7 Series is going to get a chance at LA Knight. I think you're not only going to see the return of AJ Styles next week, I think you're going to see the return of Logan Paul next week.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Logan Paul's been out for a while. I think he's finished what he had to do. He's ready to come back, and he's going to need an opponent. And Logan Paul works well with a lot of people, especially ones that are already very well established. Who's more established in that ring than AJ Styles?
I mean, it would be a really good match. Yeah, I didn't think that at all.
I don't want to see it, but I could.
And let me clarify now, since I had all this shade thrown at me earlier. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. I'll start saying that so y'all know the difference.
Why is he like always just he's so animated? Forehead all up.
It is money. It is money.
He never told me what FAXX
Thank you for
was.
stopping by the penitentiary. Appreciate it. This match with Meechin and Piper,
Spelling that word wrong for years.
it was decent. It was a decent match, but Piper, she just too damn big. She too big for Meechin to work around. All right, I'm gonna need you to take your hands off the, because that's not what we do here.
My hands
That's
right
not
here.
what we do here.
My hands right here.
That's not what we do here.
What are
You're
you
not doing it. You're not doing what you did to AEW. That's not what you're doing here.
Well, what do we do
We
here?
show appreciation.
What do we do here
We
on
show
the penetration?
appreciation.
What do we do here?
We show appreciation.
I'm about to leave.
We show
But you gotta keep
appreciation.
saying.
That's not what we're gonna do. Y'all can do that on YouTube Shorts if anybody wants to watch that. But
Hey, what happened to that
that's
show?
not what we're doing.
I've been really lazy. I got like
Defunct.
20 episodes. That's like 20 episodes.
That's defunct. Yo, y'all wildin'. The penitentiary. Why the damn penitentiary?
But this is only this match is only to get over for the dumpster match. The dumpster match that we're supposed to have next week, and next week is supposed to be a fire SmackDown. So I'm excited for that.
Chelsea cracks me up with the construction gloves. I mean, I know like a lot of praise for Meechin. She's a great in-ring competitor and stuff, but Chelsea is just hilarious. Like, I don't know why. I just started laughing when I saw those gloves because I said she's really like in the zone.
Anybody's going to address the fact that somebody actually likes AEW out there?
This is the penitentiary.
Somebody likes AEW.
Meechin gets the win off of eat
Look
the
how you
feet
lean
from the
back. What is
distraction
that?
off of Chelsea. Chelsea's looking so good, so nice. You're so pretty. You love dimples.
I've never seen a trash person dressed like that.
Cole was going off for no reason. I understand that.
No,
Like,
Cole be talking mad shit. Like,
Cole was going reckless, yo.
no, he's gonna get his ass kicked. He's lucky Heidenreich's not around
Cole
anymore.
was reckless, man. Like,
No,
They're
he's
national. They're national next week. Glad to see it.
I will say
National's a good city.
I'm liking this little thing that they do now with the matches. I'm liking this.
They only do it for SmackDown, though, right? They don't do it for Raw yet.
And why does Raw not do this? Well, they did with the monsters,
Oh, that was cool.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, so they did. They did this.
No, we're not talking about Raw. We're talking about SmackDown.
No. They showed it on SmackDown, so I can talk about it. They did this
When did they show
Godzilla
it?
versus Kong promo. You didn't see it?
I did.
Yeah.
That was the first
Did
time I
anybody see anything funny about that
morph their
promo?
faces.
No, what was funny about it?
All right, so they did the Godzilla versus Kong promo. So because they have these two giant monsters, right? Giant, tall monsters. But for some strange reason, one of these monsters is Bronson Reed, who's about 4 feet. So I was a little confused by why they did it.
Okay.
Well, he's short.
I can't believe you're doing that. Why are you gonna make fun of?
They
short
said
people?
in one line. Hold up. They were like,
Oh no.
Tamataka
his analogy.
said, hey, we got all this to say. This is what you said. This is your part, right?
Why? You know what? I have to re-up on my hot tea real quick. So please, gentlemen, go ahead and dive into this segment, which I thought was really dope.
Oh, that was
one
over.
of those vignettes.
Let's talk about the main event.
No, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here.
There's
You don't
nothing
get
to
to bully
talk
me
about
on my show.
There's
We're
nothing to
not.
talk
You're
about.
not. You don't get to bully me on my show. You can do that to them, but not me.
There's nothing to talk about. What is there to talk about?
What are you talking about? This is a dope segment. This is the problem. This is what I'm saying. You don't take things for. How can you not appreciate a segment like this for the tag titles?
So tell me what happened with the segment.
No, you. Grand Slam. Would you like to talk about this?
We can talk about it. Please lead the charge on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Grand Slam.
Like,
talk about a Grand Slam.
No wonder people don't watch shorts anymore.
Because I don't post it.
I wouldn't post them either. So
yeah, what did I walk into here? Like
everybody, they are piping up everybody in their segment. I thought the Profits, not only because I'm a huge Profits fan, but didn't he say they were going to be 2-time champions? Is that what he said?
Did he? I missed that.
Unlikely.
I think that's what he said, and I'm like, that's a fucking problem.
The meantime they've been champions.
It has been that long since they've had the championships is a problem. He's definitely a wooden spoon. He's a wooden spoon. But this is very reminiscent of back on the old SmackDown days where you had like Los Guerreros and Team Angle.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go, man.
No, keep carrying on. Keep carrying on.
I want to know why is this ladder match happening?
Why not?
What do you mean? Why is it happening?
Why not?
You're not watching wrestling. Nothing. You ain't watching nothing. I thought you just watching clips.
Can y'all take yourselves out of being a wrestling fan?
What are you talking about? Why is
y'all
this
take
happening?
yourselves out of being a wrestling fan? Let's talk logically for a reason, even though we're watching wrestling, so it's not logical.
I'm listening, but I'm walking away.
Why in the
I was gonna do
world?
it too because I have to pee.
Why in the world are we having a triple
Drunk
threat
too much
ladder
water.
match when the last time these three had a triple threat match, they the Bloodline won? Like, what did the Street Profits and DIY do to deserve a tag team title shot, let alone in the ladder match?
They still have beef. What are you talking about?
Thank you. No, Mike is hitting going along the lines of what I'm talking about. Because Triple H did not want to add another PLE match. All these tag titles are being defended on the SmackDown or Raw before the pay-per-view. It happens each and every single time since WrestleMania. Y'all don't see it? This is a forced match, another forced match, in which the Bloodline's going to win.
Fine, whatever. Like, I don't know. That just don't bother me. There's a song that said that don't impress me much.
Jump in, fight. Thank you, Mike.
That don't bother me.
Get out of here. Y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? No. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Apparently, y'all need to get hit by a few hurricanes to understand reality.
Where? In New York? Anyway, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening to anything you said because all I heard is a lot of noise and alligator sounds in the background, which, by the way, Crocodile World, take me there, please, next time I'm out there. Thank you. I don't mind that they're doing a SmackDown where it's a ladder match. Why not? I mean, they don't do ladder matches all the time.
Hey, Jeffrey, why are they doing Bianca and Bianca and Jade at Bad Blood as hosts? I'll let you know when Ron finishes his plan.
No, I don't even want to talk anymore because I lost my thought. Thank you. You.
They had to put the black women on. That's why. That's exactly why they're hosting. There was no reason for them to do it. But
okay, you're one bean pie away from a million-man march. I promise you, black fans really don't give a good dog damn
if they were anywhere else but Atlanta or Detroit.
Or if they had a trash squash match on Bad Blood, you'd be mad about that too.
No, they just forced. Jade Cargill lives in Atlanta until she moves down here to Orlando because she's gonna move here with her.
Okay, in the New Day hosted WrestleMania. Did we bitch about that?
I'm not bitching. I'm just telling you why they're doing it.
I hope not.
I'm telling you that's why they're doing it.
No,
because it makes no sense for them to host Bad Blood.
New
Day hosted WrestleMania. Because it's WrestleMania. They wanted to host. New Day was over.
We get down the chat. Get down the chat. Yeah. Go ahead.
Put it on his show. Yeah, he took it.
I'm telling you why they did it.
Oh, he took the yeah. I thought he took FAXX.
Yeah, no, he put it in the show. We get Solo and the rest of the bloodline walking, but Naomi visibly pissed off. My shave head queen comes up to her, tries to console her on the loss. And as soon as she gets, right back and she's good, all of a sudden, Tiffy time comes up to her. And you can tell Naomi, like, I feel like she really is annoyed by her, because as soon as she came out of the blue, she was like, ugh! Like, what are you doing here? Like, this is the same way we feel when we see somebody come backstage, pause, and they come backstage and you're doing a show and you got a point. You ever see that? You ever had that reaction, Grand Slam? Whenever you're on NXT and you cooking, you got the right ingredients, and then you see EC pop up in the background, you're like, ugh!
Oh yeah,
absolutely. That's the same reaction Naomi had. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
No, it's actually true, because when you pop in, I'll be like, "Yo, bro, wasn't you just on Raw?" Sorry, EC.
So
I like that we just taking shots with in front of the boss right here, because we just don't give a damn.
Naomi says that she's going to ask Nick Aldis for a match for next week. Again, next week's SmackDown is going to be stacked. It's going to be fire, so you're not going to want to miss the Penitentiary. You are absolutely right. That glow in the Uno uniform was very dope. I've not seen anything like that. And being a Uno whore myself, I endorse that message. So I have just about every single Uno that you played
Uno. So how does it feel when they get dropped that was it pickup 4? And you had one card? Yeah, and you have one card left. And
you're supposed to expect that. You're supposed to expect that. So you always keep one on tuck. You always keep an action card on tuck.
Hey, there you
go.
The main, just let everybody know. Anybody's asking to hand it to him, I don't know.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. You said something about my ass? What's going on? It's very disgusting. Carry on.
We get the main event of the evening in the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I am going to reserve my thoughts on this until the end.
Something tells me you're wrong.
So, Grand Slam Pooba, would you like to give your thoughts on the main event of last night's show?
It's fun. I mean, it's the main storyline. Bloodlines against Cody and the Avengers, or Cody's friends, right? It was fine. At the end, seeing Cody. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cody comes out. Randy said earlier in the night, he goes, hey, Boogie and Jump, come out here. It just makes me go like, oh, I see the setup here. I just feel like Randy is just not using. I could tell that's EC typing. But I just feel like Randy is masterminding all this and just getting and wedging a beef between these two. So yeah, it was good. I don't have too much of a opinion on it, but it was good. It was cool. Like, there was a spot where I like how they've been making Jacob a monster. There's a spot where Randy does that not apron, was it that table spot? And he had to do 3 of those things just to put him down. So I really like what they have been doing with Jacob.
That was actually the turning point in the match for me that I actually enjoyed a lot. I thought it was a lot of storytelling in that particular part of the match. Let me see if I can find it here. But anyway, Jacob took like 3 or 4 of those back body drops, and I feel like the monster that they have made Jacob is what they wanted Solo to become. But the direction that the Bloodline was at, it just didn't work out for him in that fashion. But it didn't. Not to say that is a bad thing for Solo in itself. I think Solo has come into his own. I think he's a really good character. And I just think that this hype around Jacob while it's well touted and is well deserved, let's just hold off for a minute. Like I told people before, me and Mike have had this conversation outside of UPR. Once this Bloodline storyline ends, if it ends, it's up for these Samoan niggas. It's up for them. It's done.
I don't think so. For Jacob,
Jacob will be the only one.
I think Jacob would be fine. I can't.
Tongan, not Samoan.
Well, the way that they have them, they're Samoan.
No, they're Tongans. Right.
The way that they don't say that they're Tongans on the show is what I'm saying. The way that they are presenting them as Samoans. So
well, I think for the most part, what they've been trying to say that they're like Island boys because, like, you're right. They don't say Tongan, but they don't also say like they're Samoan.
No, they just
matter of fact, you were saying take it easy on the hypo and Jacob. It made me laugh because I thought about Rikishi because I heard an interview where he, shout out to Rikishi, but I don't think the man's ever happy. I know he wasn't happy. He says he thinks Jacob is being put. I know he's really happy. I'm glad that if I could just say real quick, I'm happy Jay won the Intercontinental Championship on Monday because I think if he had lost, Rikishi would have ran someone over. So I'm really glad that we prevented something like.
You know what? He's not. Jacob is. Rikishi is not happy. He's still not fucking happy that Jay won the title. He's still not happy. This is why I cut the commercial and say Rikishi gotta shut the fuck up. He's about to fuck up his son's money. He's about to fuck it up. He gotta shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I know that I know Mike Knox can pick up the phone and call Uncle Kishi whenever he wants to. Hey, when you tell him Zia Sada said, you gotta shut the fuck up. Let us enjoy.
He do need to chill.
Let us enjoy what we are enjoying. Like, cause this is.
I feel like that was a shot at EC.
No.
I'm joking.
But EC. EC was on the phone, so I was about to end the show because we didn't have to hear him talk. That was about to be great. But.
Oh, you don't have to hear me talk. I got nothing to say. I say all my piece in the beginning. You're good.
I agree with Jeffrey. Someone take the phone for Big Keish.
Somebody got it. Somebody got to, man. He's like Tony Khan on his podcast, dog. Like,
well, you know what he does it for, though, right?
Mike, like, he might be, and be. I wouldn't consider him like all fans. He can say whatever he wants. Of course, he can say whatever he wants.
He's entitled to it. Yeah.
The difference is he has a little bit more pull than us regular ass niggas who are fans have. He does. So I'm not gonna say that he can do that, but at the same time, when fans are loving what his sons are doing, what his family's doing, you need to shut the fuck up and let us enjoy that shit because we are enjoying it. We are enjoying what him and Rhea have going on, even though I think it's a little cringe. I think it's a little too close to comfort for home. Because they driving around, they on an airplane together, they trying to go to Waffle House. Jay Uso probably gonna hit that. I'm sorry, Buddy Murphy. I don't know. I know you probably watching this shit, but Jay gonna hit that. I'm just saying, it's too close. It's too close. Y'all gonna put me in a love angle with Rhea Thickly. It's too close to comfort. I'm sorry. It's too close. It's too close. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But anyway, this match ends in typical Bloodline fashion. The numbers game always gets them. Cody Rhodes comes out there and he's doing his thing. He's helping out the way that he should. Just like, this is all great. This is all great. And then all of a sudden, Jacob just does some heel type shit, the devious heel shit, in which I didn't see it at first, and then I was like, oh, okay. That's so dope. I thought that spot was so dope. Jacob watched what happened and was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm about to throw Cody into the ref. And Kevin Owens clearly had the 3 count, and all he does, he turns around and sees the ref looking at Cody, and he's fussing at the ref. I wasn't even looking at what was happening in the ring. I'm looking at the ref and Cody shouting at each other. And the ref is like, what are you even doing here? So the ref is, what are you even doing here? What are you doing out here? Right? Cody's like, I'm sorry. It was Jacob. He was doing it. He didn't even care about that at that point. And now the 3 count was already made. And the Bloodline wins again. And Kevin Owens, again, the title of this, Kevin Owens is ready to snap. And at this point, it's taken Randy. Randy is about to snap because he's not going to be able to hold back Kevin anymore.
No.
And so this is what we want, right? And Cody, I don't know. Cody still seems like a little bitch to me. I'm sorry. He seems like a little bitch trying to stand up to Kevin Owens. Like, Cody Rhodes reminds me of those kids that if you picked on them in school, they wouldn't fight you back. But if they had like a family member or a friend that was close by, then they would only stand up to him only because they had to at that point, because somebody that they know is watching them. Right? He reminds me of that. Like I remember I got picked on by this kid. He was taller than me, he was bigger than me, and I went in the house crying, and my mom and my sister was like, "You better go back out there. You better punch him in the face. Or throw a rock at him or something." And
Oh shit.
I walk out of the house, and he was like, "Oh, what? You want some more?" And my mom and my sister was like standing right at the front door, and I turn around. I didn't want to do shit. I was scared, but they was there, so they kind of they made me do it, and I punched the shit out of him and I ran. But it was a
You got that rock.
I should have got the rock. But this is what Cody reminds me of. Cody reminds me of somebody who doesn't want to stand up, but he has to stand up because
I love that.
He's getting bullied.
I love that so much. Someone who I don't really want to stand up for myself, but I'm going to do it because you're not going to take my peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Like, it makes me think that he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the champion. Let me stand up for myself. I'm the champion for a reason." Like,
I mean, he has to though. I mean, I think if he didn't do anything, stood up for himself, it would have made him look like such a chump, you know. And you don't want to make your WWE champion looking like a chump. He has to stand up for himself. I mean,
yeah, Cody reminds me of me when I was younger. Cody doesn't remind me of me now. Now I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to punch you in your fucking face. But I'm a 36-year-old. What the fuck am I doing fighting? I don't want to fight. I'm looking at you like how Roman looked at Jimmy. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. What am I going to fight you for? I don't want to fight. Anyway, overall, 3 weeks now that SmackDown has been on USA Network, and they have been producing banger after banger after banger. And again, just to put it in a little bit of a perspective here, I want to highlight something again.
Uh-oh.
Look at the bottom. Executive producers. Oh, I see you, Trips. I see you, Trips, putting that stamp on them things. Putting the stamp on the show. I like it. I like it a lot. I've been enjoying what they've been doing on SmackDown. However, I will say my gripe of the night for me, what the crowd was chanting bullshit or something or something. Yeah. I don't know, but it was I hate it. They were completely off with the mute button on the crowd, and it just takes a little bit away from me in trying to enjoy it, because sometimes I'm playing Xbox while I'm watching wrestling, and so I have to turn my head. I'm thinking my TV is cut off. Like I think somebody cut my cable because it goes mute. But and then oh wow, both my earbuds went out. Okay, look at that. It's almost time to go. Any final thoughts on SmackDown? As a show in totality, executive consultant, because he's been silent.
I thought he was asleep.
I wasn't asleep. I said everything I said about that last segment in the first segment, so I didn't really have much else to add on to it. But the show as a whole, I thought was fine. I thought it was solid. I wouldn't say they had 3 bangers. I think last week's episode was on like that, but this week's episode was decent, and it did what it had to do to keep the momentum going. So yeah, it works.
Good job. I don't get to watch SmackDown all the time because a lot of times on Fridays I'm out and stuff like that. So I catch like highlights and stuff like that. But I think that SmackDown, out of all the WWE shows, it's my least favorite. I think there's some good things. I do like things like they're pushing Michin and trying to do different things. And that's one of my favorite things about this Paul Levesque era, where they're pushing people like Michin, Bronson Reed. Name some names. I can't name every last one of them. So the SmackDown, it was fine. It was fine.
Charmaine, I'm starting to think that you hate everything just like Chris and Steve. Everything is y'all just hate. You got hate in your heart, let it out. Hate in your heart, let it out. But you know what? It's all good. It's
Raw
all
is
good.
better.
I thought the show was great. I thought for the past 3 weeks, SmackDown has been good. I've just kind of take things for what they are, and that's what it is. But
that's fine. I'm like that with NXT.
It kept me entertained. Listen, it was much better than that bullshit that I saw right after, which was Rampage. My gosh, that is I as much as I love professional wrestling, The best thing I saw on
You
Rampage.
see, Dice doesn't make good choices.
I've never said that I was anybody's role model. I don't even think I'm a good parent, but hey, my son thinks the world of me. But he
Love
calls me
that for
bro,
you,
so,
King.
So we take
You're not showing him any Bill Goldberg matches, are you?
all the time.
Oh, then you're terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, I just want to let everybody know that we have something for everyone.
Yes.
The next show up, we actually have. Where's the graphic? Nobody has the graphic. Where's the graphic for tomorrow's show for the McMahon special? Great job. We keep it so professional here. Anyway, yeah, we have something for everybody here tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. Just keep an eye on our social media. We have the McMahon documentary
10 o'clock
coming up. 10 12
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. And then Monday you catch the Mike Knox show 6 p.m. and then Tuesday you catch the Raw Review crew, executive consultant Freckle Sensei, and
When
then
he's there.
next Tuesdays with Bad Guy Jack.
That's
and
me.
Sabrina Estella. And then Wednesdays White
Why
Boy
not get a good intro?
Wednesdays with Cactus Katie Dan the Man and Venomous Vinny, Mad Dog with the news, and then you can catch Top 5 in specials, and I think we're gonna have Bad Blood predictions on Thursday, and then you can come back here for the Penitentiary, or maybe the Penitentiary. Wait, what time is Bad Blood? It's at night, right? Okay.
Bad Blood's at 6 o'clock, so Penetration can come on at noon.
Okay. Yep. So we can still stay on at noon.
Yep.
So,
Okay, let's do it.
We
10 a.m. 10 a.m. You heard it.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. will be the McMahon documentary. Diving into that. So whoever had a chance to watch that, definitely tune in. I thought it was an interesting piece, but I would not be on the show. But we have a lot of other people. We got a four-person panel hosted by Mike Knox. So that will be interesting.
Yes.
Any final things, thoughts, comments from you gentlemen? I want to say thank you to you guys for stopping by the Penitentiary. And
Penetration.
see, listen, y'all gonna say that so much that I'm gonna get it confused. But I do appreciate. Hey Shay, I definitely appreciate you guys filling in, because I was not feeling the best of doing it, but I hate to not be on the show if Vic is not on the show. So at least somebody's here representing. And thank you to everybody in the chat.
Why do you keep putting your forehead in the camera?
Penitentiary, for all of your words, your comments, your likes, your shares. You guys are the lifeline of the Penitentiary, and we will not do what we love. So, as always, we're gonna end it with a.
I got it.
What is he doing? You said any final word.
I feel like he's like one of those radio hosts that talk on in the R&B, and they're like, "Yeah, it's the quiet storm." Like, why are you doing that right now? What's going on right now?
Just making some conversation. Go ahead.
He reminds me of like them old people when they're FaceTime and all you see is like their nostrils and their forehead. Like why do you keep doing that?
You leave Patrick alone.
I like it.
Of course.
But I will sit here and say, you said any last words. I did want to say NXT this week, we're going to be doing a watch along. We're not going to do an after show. We're going to watch it. It moved to the CW this Tuesday, so you'll get to see me.
Shit, I forgot about that.
He's not coming on the show. Good
job.
Good job,
he's
Jack.
absolutely
He's
not.
it.
You are not the executive consultant. You will not be on that show, but you can watch us as we watch along, and we do that. There's going to be some really good stuff there. One, me, Sabrina Estella. You see the other person in the chat. One, Shay Sawyer, myself, and we have a special guest there. It's going to be a good time. Be there at 8 p.m. We're going to. There's going to be some yelling. There's going to be some upset stuff. And you know what? I can call it. It's going to be the pizza taco extravaganza. So bring some pizza, bring some taco. Can I curse here? Oh yes. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Fucking go. Why is the executive consultant wearing one of them shirts? What was that guy, Simon Cowell? Why are you wearing the Simon Cowell shirt? Have some style. Have some style. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Be there or be square.
I'm a triangle.
I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. For the great Grand Slam Pooba and for the executive consultant, I am the almighty Z is Silent. We will catch you guys later. Make sure you guys check out the McMahon documentary discussion tomorrow, 10 a.m. And as always, live, love hard, love often, drink, be merry, reach for
Avoid
the sky,
penetration.
and rest in peace to Jay Briscoe. See you guys next week.
Welcome to the Smackdown Penitentiary.
It's not slander, but it's just mid-card guys can still be over and not have to surpass the top guy just to be
LA Knight.
quote over. LA Knight, yeah, he's a mid-card guy. He's going to live on the mid-card for the rest of his WWE career. He would never be a world champion.
You see, here's the thing. I feel like they don't know what direction to go because the guy is super over and selling a whole bunch of shirts.
The Miz effect. The Miz shattered that man on the microphone. Roman Reigns did the same thing. You can't. Who in the marquee? Anybody that you see in a main event spot that LA Knight can out muscle on a microphone? Is it Kevin Owens? Probably not. Cody Rhodes? Nah. AJ Styles? Randy Orton? Nah. Roman Reigns? Nope.
I think LA Knight could be AJ Styles on the mic.
You see AJ Styles versus Randy Orton on the microphone?
I see that. Yeah, but Randy Orton, I feel like Randy Orton can't fuck with LA Knight on the mic. You know what I mean? Maybe if he's like
you said Randy Orton can't fuck with LA Knight on the microphone. Listen, you need to go back and watch the feud between Edge and Orton.
How many years ago was that?
5, 6, don't matter.
I mean, look. See, here's the thing. The reason I say that is, look, Paul Heyman is the greatest of all time when it comes to mic skills, in my opinion. Why? Because he can go off the top of the dome. Nothing scripted. I don't believe that Randy Orton can do that. I really don't.